Hey guys, it's Matt Does Games here, and I have a very, very exciting episode for y'all. This is the start, the very beginning of the very first noob-only Warno tournament. Now you're probably wondering, why the hell would I want to watch noobs? And I ask you, why wouldn't you? So we made this tournament because we decided that it'd be fun. Essentially, what we did in the Discord Whiskey Alpha Romeo, we decided that we were going to make a fun little tournament with all of the new players and see who was going to be the king of the noobs. And you know, the stakes are high. You know, if you want to be the king of the noobs, you got to bring your A game. You know, you can't mess up, you can't make mistakes. But anyways, what we did was we all got together on a Saturday morning and we did a teams of 2. Because, you know, we're noobs and playing 1v1 sounds terrifying. So we decided to go the 2v2 route where we had pretty much let people decide what teams they want to be on. We kind of make sure that there's not 2 of the best noobs playing together or what we try to hope for. But really, this was kind of a work in progress tournament where we definitely plan on doing more. And the more noobs we get, the larger the tournaments become. But anyways, to kind of give you some of the rules that are in this very lax tournament, you play as Pact and NATO. So you do 1 Pact, 1 NATO. You play on the same map. And then you also have to win by a certain amount of points. So the way you get those said points is a total victory will get you 3, a major victory will get you 2, and a minor victory will get you 1. So if you win the first round and you get a minor victory, but then the other team comes in and gets a total victory, even though you won that first round, you're not going to move on to the next one because you didn't get enough points. That's how we set it up. If you don't like it, let us know and we can try and find a better way to do tournaments. But anyways, enough about talking about the tournament. How about we get forward to jumping into the actual game that we're seeing some snippets of? So today, in this episode, we are going to be showing me, Toad. So Matt Does Games, I Found Your Toad, same person. And Beer Me, I think is his name. We just call him Beer. And me and Beer are on a team together, and we are going to be facing off against Taurus and Beer. If you didn't know, Taurus is the person who created the Discord. And so we're starting off as NATO in this part, but it's actually going to be a 2-parter. So in this episode, we're going to show Game 1 and Game 2 of Round 1 versus these 2 teams. But anyways, let's see how the actual game goes. So let's jump into it. All right, and so it begins. The very first ever noob Warno tournament. Noobs only Warno tournament. The first ever, and as you can tell, or as you know, this is going to be me and Beer, or Weed, versus Fear and Taurus. And we're watching everything underway. It looks like Toad is doing an attack with some arrow rifles and bringing in some Jaeger recruits, while Taurus is trying to bring in some BEPs to potentially get a stop. Let's go over to this side. Beer is doing a very intense over the mountains arrow rifle push. And I have some insider trading on this. He's trying to land into the center of Delta to try and get 3 points. The only thing is, it would have been cool if he had a command vehicle helicopter, because then he could have flown with it, landed those bad boys, dispersed them out, and then instantly would have got a 3 point advantage. We are seeing right now, though, a napalm strike. Is he trying to do a cheeky strike here? Let's see if he hits anything. He dropped something down. I think it was a guess, and it looks like it's going to be hella close. That's just messed up. That is absolutely messed up. And then shooting restraints. These military police are trying to sneak by. The helicopters catching the T-80s are just blowing up shit. And Taurus now has control of the left. That bomb has completely thwarted Fear's advance. And now Fear is bringing up some infantry. I don't believe the arrow rifles see this yet, and it seems he's caught up in his micro on this side to not disperse them out. Always make sure you do unload at position, so that you don't have to worry about them, for a little bit at least. Me, I have this recon guy doing absolutely nothing in the back. As you know, I'm a noob as well. Let's look to a side over here. Beer's got a recon here. What he should have done, what you can do. I'm pretty sure Fear can see him anyways though, because if we do this, he knows where he is. He should have killed this guy for one thing, because what he's gonna do, he's trying to be sneaky, and to see if he can snipe. Because right now, Fear has this UAZ right here, and they're just completely ignoring him. So whenever they move around, they're gonna always know where their units are. And we got some anti-airs. Trying to stop my anti-airs. Looks like I'm sitting out some military police to be sneaky. We blow up that BMP. Hiding in the woods. Being ever so quiet. Right now, though, it is looking like Fear and Taurus have a significant advantage. It's not looking like it is. And we have some anti-airs flying around as well. These air rifles are getting right next to him in cover. He's using the helicopters to assist. These Falcons are trying to blow up this guy. Will he connect? He misses. Maybe he can get him one more time. Is he gonna get it? Oh, he's just, man, the RNG gods are not on our side today. Will he get it there? No, it hits the magic wall of survival. Beer manages to get his command vehicle in there to actually give us an advantage for a little bit. I actually managed to get some military police, and then flipping around on the other side, you can see that Taurus has 2 tanks, and that's just going to completely annihilate this M1 Abrams. We won't even have a chance to fire. Oh, he gets one shot off. It does a nice miss. Oh, you can actually see. You can actually see the hole in the ground. I didn't even know they did that. Details, Eugen. Good job. Me being like, I saw this and I was like, I think he needs some help. I'm gonna send an Abrams just to assist. But Fear has complete control. He even has a T-80 just waiting. And he's got these guys completely surrounded. Let's see what Fear can see. He can see everybody. As you can tell, he can pretty much see all of his units. He can also see all of these units. It's almost all of them. And he even sends in some anti-tank. Beer's gonna try and blow them up. Doesn't really do that much damage, funnily enough. Taurus cannot see too many of my enemies because of the fog of war with the buildings. He only sees this one military police, he doesn't see the others, which are also right here. Really shows just kind of difficult it is to see. Oh, and that is a score. Watch this. He's gonna hit the BMP and actually did damage just for, you know, some insult to injury right there. These arrow rifles are like, retreat! Run for the hills! And Fear has taken complete control on this sector. But for now, we are getting it up. For now, it's gone. We no longer have the advantage because this helicopter has caused to move, and now they are at a +2. As long as I can contain Taurus and his onslaught, and we can all focus on the center, we technically could take it. Which is probably somewhere where I failed because I was trying to be hyper aggressive, and maybe I should have put more assets in there, but when you look at it, I don't really have a whole lot of assets at all. And can he see? Can Taurus see? He can't. He still can't see my thankfully. But we do have a little bit of a push here. It looks like I sent some guys in to try and assist just to get him in some buildings, throw some bodies in there. And I'm sending in an Abrams, and I have a very hidden mech rifle unit to try and just hold them off for now. Beer has some units here that are not in any vehicles, and they're far in the back. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he was trying to protect this unit and then realized to disengage that and send some reinforcements. He also moved his helicopter over here, and that might have been a lack of communication on my part, because I already had a command vehicle here. We don't need this other one, and it looks like it's actually about to get shot down, so that's a waste of some significant assets. These military police are in absolute trouble, and they're not going to be able to survive that onslaught. And after assisting on the right side just to try and get some bodies in there, we're starting to send some others. I think these guys are not visible anymore. If we look at Fear's perspective.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
Let's look at Fear's perspective. Can't really see much. There's a big S. I'm not even sure what that is.
Just get me out of here.
I've never seen that before. Let's put that back to neutral. And he's trying his darndest to get in this sector. We're currently at a neutral. Nobody's gaining any ground with 31 minutes left to go. We're sending in some more mech rifle laws into the woods to try and get some flanking, and this M1 Abrams and this scout rifle are shooting at some streckies. Let's get a little side view here. As you can see, we did actually manage to get this line almost to the center. So there is now just a little bit of resistance, but as you can tell, he is moving his recon units up, with the mech rifles. So only one mech rifle can see him, the other one can't, but it looks like they're doing a good job. I'm now like, you know what, I'm tired of this. We're sending in the helicopters. These tow cobras, these Abrams are completely out of view. You can't see any one of these people, and it's probably for the best. And Taurus is actually starting to assist by going to the woods. They realize, hey, we need to take this center. If we take that, we'll get our points. Toad being me, is sending up some more mech rifle units, calling all the cheap units, and I send in a Cobra to try and hit these tanks. And my missile completely just flies off into Neverland. And now he is sending in some AA helicopters to counter my anti-tank helicopter. For now, it doesn't look like they can see them. Let's see if he can. He can't see one. He can't see the helicopters. So that's definitely not good. And he actually gets a score and destroys it, because I was getting cocky. What I should have done was I should have flown this way to try and intercept. But with this onslaught, they're probably going to get a pretty good hold of the center, which I think is called, is that Delta? Delta. And they are sending some anti-airs, probably to kill my scout helicopter. R.I.P. I remembered. And my chaparrals did nothing. They just completely missed. It was utterly missed. Let's go to the other side, see what's going on here. So it doesn't look like there is much difference, but there is some infantry now here. And I think Fear is just kind of like, we're going to kind of leave that as it is. And we'll try and focus on the center. The center is the game at this point. I'm moving up my chaparral for some reason, and it's going to cause me to die. These mech rifles are already getting shot. Missed that AA. All of them are missing. And these T-80s now are in engagement, and they just took out that chaparral. Fear is sending in his Apache ATGMs. There's not. I wish he would have saw that. Oh, we're having some. Is my HE gonna survive? It lets out a shot. Is it gonna be a solid hit? Doesn't look like it landed anything. Unfortunately, not a solid hit. But we do have some infantry coming in here. And then now he's, it looks like Fear is doing the counter grat. These artilleries don't really do much, to be honest. Like, I got out and I was like, they're just getting hit. There we go. This kind of hurts, I guess. We're sitting in some AA. He's going after that ATGM, and he gets a solid hit. And it actually does some additional friendly fire and lands on the motor striker. So, fun fact about these Apaches, they're really solid against infantry and, well, mainly tanks, but they have like no armor. So if you send them close, like super close to the infantry, if they have those machine guns, they'll just tear right through it and just absolutely destroy it. We got a cluster here doing something. Oh, trying to kill this recon helicopter. He's just like, F you. Alright, you can't hit me. Ha ha ha. Because everyone's getting hit with the RNG. And looks like we do have a pushover on this side. He's got 4 Motostrekkies and a BMP. Beer is sending up his fire team dragons. I have this guy doing absolutely nothing as I forgot about him because I'm preoccupied. We're sending in another mech rifle unit of a command unit, which right to the fray, which I'm not really sure why, because my guys are still pretty okay at this moment in time. I did lose my 1 mech rifles that I used to assist. Then the center now has been taken, but due to us getting our ground in Foxtrot, we're causing, well, never mind, it just went in. Because now, because of the center, they're getting a +3, yes. Taurus is sending forward his Sapari, whatever, and the arrow rifles. I would think the arrow rifles would win this engagement. Oh, it's a mech rifle and an arrow rifle. The mech rifles are going to have 2 M249s, 1 PKM, and then he sends back his arrow rifles. They would have killed them, but he sent them back, unfortunately. We have another fighter falcon coming for this guy, I would imagine. Oh, the rocket guy, he survives. He just barely gets it off, and then he falls off the edge of the world. Because the world is flat in Warno. Things you don't know. So here, this is an issue. We get him, okay. So he's been sending some cheap UAZs, I think they're like 20 a pop, and he just sends those forward to do some scouting, essentially. And it works. So Beer has an M4A1, who is about to get shot up. Let's see where he's shooting now. He's shooting at this infantry here. These arrow rifles are moving to the field. Epic. And then Taurus is sitting in this T-80 that's going to shoot at this Abrams and cause some serious damage. And there goes the Abrams. Toad, me, is doing a very intense push into the woods. The hardest part about this is the moment you walk across here, you're going to get lit up. And Fear looks like he's doing some counter battery. While Beer is sitting in a cluster towards something. Drops it. Then he drops it. Or just flares. I think he just dropped flares. And now, Fear's kind of guessing where the unit is because he's sitting in that UAZ. The moment you have your command unit, and you notice your enemy saw your command unit, you gotta move it. Doesn't matter if they win the fight, you have to move them. This cluster is just fighting for his life. And then I send in a cluster because I'm like, F you tanks, I hate you. These guys are starting to get in their engagement. The infantry, though, on this side is starting to make ground. And Taurus, having to focus on the middle, gave us just a little bit of time where we were able to push through the center. I knew this Abrams is not really doing anything, but it was mainly because I was scared to even zoom out a little bit and see how everything's going on all around the world. My Abrams is actually starting to see some sort of action, and Fear ends up sending some helicopters over. And we have no anti-air, and our infantry has dwindled down to nearly nothing. We have these mech rifles right here. My mech rifles are just outside of the zone, and my Abrams perished. Looking over here, we do have a bit of a... It's all Beer pushing forward. I did manage to sneak in my M151, and I am doing some kills. Beer is shooting up this unit. It's a solid score. And the artillery is doing some great damage as well. Going over here now, where there's a big push in the infantry side. Looks like these mech rifles are still firing strong. Taurus is starting to get pissed off and he's like, screw you. I'm doing some artillery now. But it looks like we do have a solid push. I'm sitting in the chaparral end to see if I can get some hits, but I just too far. But he still has a good amount of infantry, a good amount of vehicles inside this area. Looks like we have a cluster strike coming in. Let's see where this is going to go. Drop a payload right on top of Beer's Abrams, and that's going to probably kill it. is completely destroyed. This M1 Abrams is fighting 2 T-80s and it's not going to have a chance. Kills one of them though, takes one of them with it. And then I actually did a little bit of a pincer movement where I shot one of the T-Abrams and I sent this other one to see if I can get a hit. And unfortunately he just escapes to the tree line and I lose sights. And I'm like, no, kill him. And then we're sitting in a cluster. Where is this cluster going to go? I think it lost sights of the Abrams. I was really trying to kill that, or the Abrams, the T-80. This Bradley's about to get destroyed by a BMP. How unfortunate. The infantry here in the trees are fighting one BTR. This AA is just lighting us up. But we are holding the middle, but unfortunately, we just can't get a foothold. And Fear is slowly pushing in, and I bring in the chaparral like an idiot. And it's just gonna absolutely blow up. I honestly forgot about it probably. And now he can see my mech rifles. I'm busy right now. I think I'm too busy to focus on anything. This is pretty much the game if they're able to get this these mech rifles here. They blow up the BDRM. He sends in his Apache. We're fighting for our lives. Will he make it? And they're stunned. He's doing everything he can now. The Apache's flying around. It gets completely wrecked by infantry. It's flying, it's doing the hokey pokey, and it's turning itself around. They have completely taken the center. Over here, though, there is some resistance. I'm sitting up some guys to their death. Like, fight men. We won the engagement on the trees, at least we can say we did that. These mech rifles are starting to push. They're changing the tide on the left. Here has a hidden Abrams fighting the Safari, some arrow rifles out in the open. Need to get into those tree lines, and Fear has successfully captured Foxtrot, giving them a +5 advantage. The mech rifles still fighting strong, but now unfortunately they're at a 50% of what they need to win. Me, out of desperation, are just sending up as much as I can. I'm sending even more. I got stingers, I'm like, maybe that'll help. And I'm trying to see if I can just get some shots on these tanks. The mech rifles out in the open. Being completely destroyed. They're not going to be able to win against such reckless hate. Abrams, someone bailed out. He bailed out? He's like, I can't take it anymore. Somehow this Apache is still alive. Very impressive. So the center looks all but lost. Foxtrot looks all but lost. Team Toad and Beard need a prayer if they're going to win this game. And right now, any chance of survival lies on this sector. The moment I move these mech rifles out, I think the Abrams is like, Nani? But he might have just missed it on his, potentially, he still is facing the other way. Maybe the mech rifles can do something. We'll find out. Fear is just trying anything he can to be sneaky. Fear is like, I'm not worried now. I've liberated this town. I own this town. And now he's doing counter battery on that Artie. And unfortunately, Beer didn't move them in time, but they'll probably still live. Let's face it, Artie's not that powerful. But the change in the tides, sort of, until these T-80s show up and completely obliterate that tank. He sends up the M1 Abrams. Will it do anything? He's peeked his head. The Abrams comes out, showing off his side. These tanks are super close. Oh! Right into the side, unfortunately. And then now, I'm pretty sure Taurus saw those mech rifles being sneaky. These guys are fighting for their life. They just shoot that BMP. They're like, this is nothing. This is just a Saturday to me. Trying to see if anything else is going on. These BMPs, they can see him, I believe. Let's go in Taurus's perspective. He can't see him just yet.
Обнаружен
From
противник.
Toad's
Приготовиться к
perspective, I
бою.
can't see him either. We have no idea that we're right next to each other. The infantry is suffering. We drop the payload. We hit that TBV pretty hard. This infantry, they're fighting for their life. We're not gonna make it. And now there's a shootout between recon. We take out one of the Motorstrekkies. Take out the other Motorstrekkies. The mech rifles are like, at what cost? And I sent in some stingers because that's no reason. They have four LOLs all fighting this recon completely surrounded in the woods. As you can tell, very dramatic. The AA's coming in. These mech rifles don't have a chance in hell. But like I said, I have more. Send them all for America. And Beer Me, out of desperation, sends an M1A1. Because why not? It's like I'll at least have some respect in this fight. Take Foxtrot. These mech rifles will not give up until they do. And then now we're sending in some more troops. As these tanks just wait in the back, being useless. Some more M1 Abrams come flying in. They see those UAZs, get a free little kill there, I suppose. And those recons killed those mech rifles. Took a lot of them though. Those mech rifles will be remembered. Give them a Medal of Honor. Posthumously. These mech rifles are shooting at T-80, but unfortunately not going to do much. Stingers trying their darndest to get anything going. I sent some arrow rifles because why not? But unfortunately, it just won't be enough. And that will be the end of Toad and Beer. How unfortunate indeed. So, unfortunately, that gives us Toad and Beer a total defeat. So, the way that the rules work is now that it's a total defeat, that gives Taurus and Fear +3 points. And then, to even have a chance of winning for Toad and Beer, they have to get a total victory on the next round. So, since the next round is pretty short, it's only like 13 minutes, I thought, might as well just combine them into one episode. That way we can move along in this tournament. So we're actually going to hop right into the next round. So we'll see you there in just a few seconds. Alrighty guys, and now we are in game 2 of round 1 of Taurus, Fear, v Toad, and Beer/Weed. As you can see now that we are the PAC side and they are the NATO side. And let's see what strategies we are doing. Sorry, I'm saying we because I was in this, but I am an unbiased caster. Looks like Taurus is sending forward M3A1 Bradley. I love that recon unit. Ooh. And we have a very, very strong... Very, very strong helo rush. If he can get this off. Oh, but looks like Beer's sending some anti-air at him. But he misses the helo rush. I think he shot at someone else. Oh, he shot at the command vehicle. And then it looks like Beer's trying to take out all these other vehicles. And then we have some anti-air. Okay, so that is one of the things that I think Eugen might need to fix. And this thing is a total tank. That thing survived 3 clusters, I think, and now it's finally gone. But the thing that's the issue is if you look at this, all of those arrow rifles became completely unscathed after getting shot down while in the air. So like that's one of the things, like if you're sending forward your arrow rifles, you really don't even have to worry about if they get shot down. They'll probably be fine. I mean, maybe he pressed unload and they literally jumped out of the helicopter, but that's just something they need to fix because that's a game changer. That's 4 arrow rifles in that sector, and I'm not sure why Beer would do that. I'm not sure. Maybe he forgot. I don't know why he would put his command unit all the way into the thick of the battle. That is a very interesting tactic. But anyways, on the other side, Tars has already taken strong control points. Looks like we have a BRDM trying to fight this M3A1 Bradley, and it's now reversing out of combat, moving into Stinger. It looks like he does have 2 very strong tow cobras firing into the trees. Will they get a solid hit? They do. Taurus has learned from the last game and is bringing in his mech rifles into the trees, and the mech rifles with their additional M249s to the Motorstruckies, only 1, should be able to win this engagement. We got some air attack flying through. I'm sending in some MiGs to try and take out that tow cobra. The mech rifles are eliminating. That is 6 machine guns versus 1. And it looks like for now Beer has this contested. I think he dedicated a lot of air potentially. And that caused this to not have a whole lot of units. And it looks like, yeah, Fear's got some M1 Abrams to the side. And then this area is now very highly contested. As you can see, not a lot of units though. And he is bringing out anti-air to try and stop my anti-air planes. And then Fear's bringing in some high-quality tanks over here. 3 in that formation. Not bad. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like these tanks see something. They just completely annihilated something. I'm not even sure what it was, actually. Back over here now. That recon didn't last. And now his air rifles that are immortal have shown up, and no anti-air, and he brings in a helicopter. Wasted on a recon, a recon place. That was essentially just a recon. Sending it to its death. Now he's getting revenge on those. He's like, you survive a helicopter crash, well, you'll die by helicopter attack. He's got all these recon scouting. He's this BDRM's firing with an ATGM will get a solid hit. It does. Hits it pretty hard, but it's probably gonna get killed by that Abrams. And it's a one-shot kill. It's the thing, they have long sight lines, but if they get caught, it looks like I am ordering a T-64. He's got a T-64 right here. It looks like it's retreating. So something that is maybe it's a slight pet peeve because he's far away, but if you're ever backing up your tank, just always do reverse. Oh, he sent in a cluster, but it looks like he canceled it out for some reason. Not sure why about that one. This Motorstrucky's still surviving. And we managed to... Oh, spoke too soon. And then we managed to sneak a Rastvetka, which does have an RPG, and it has used one of them. So I wonder if they killed anybody. Let's see what they look like. They're just hiding. Don't think they're being very useful, though. I think I might have forgotten about them. Oh, I think I was doing that on purpose. I was like, I'm not going to move. I know where his anti-air is, and I want to kill it. Gosh, that cluster just got wrecked. And we did, that cluster was a solid hit. It took out that Abrams. And then I found your toad evacs. Right now we're at a +5. I mean, it's obviously not going well. Not being nearly aggressive enough. Toad, I can't get any semblance of a push, and to the point where Taurus is like, I'm gonna push even more, because what he's trying to do is he's like, if I get into this area and I can take off these 2 access points, meaning this road and this road, then I can't go and supply Delta, and I can't get to Alpha, and there's nothing I can do. And if we go to the right side, He is bringing in some infantry units, but he hasn't brought in a command vehicle, so we're not capturing anything in Foxtrot. And it looks like he's now bringing in some anti-air because he got tired of getting blown up, it seems. Let's go back over here. It looks like we do have a T-80U. Let's see if that can do any damage. It gets a solid hit on an Abrams. It's pretty cool when they do that. Let's get a solid hit on the Abrams. It's going to try and fire once more, and it just takes out an infantry vehicle. You have an anti-tank wasting this on a recon scout vehicle. And these poor guys are getting lit up. Yeah, I think sometimes if you just do like, oh look, and he sent his command vehicle in, so now we'll get now they'll be at a +3 advantage. Beard does have a T-80V fighting 3 tanks, and now a T-64 sneaks out of the trees, which is pretty cool actually. Let's see how much damage it can do. Looks like some RNG has not been on the T-80V side because it's missed nearly every shot. I don't think that tank landed a shot in your plane. Oh, looks like a cluster's coming in. And then Fear, if you go to Fear's side, he sent in a recon.
Someone call for a cab?
Just like a cheap truck because I guess he has a new auto cell. He sent it in to try and see if he can find. Try and see if he can find that. And so I kind of. I mean, it's a fair tactic, but you know, because now he knows where it is, and I'm guessing if I go to. We're
badly hit.
No, you can see it. Well, at that point, you gotta kill it. And now this T-80BB is firing into these strong mech rifles. And he can't see it though. Can't see them. These guys are just hidden in the trees. Once again, really just no sense or no semblance of really being able to do anything. That cluster is doing something, but I don't think it's gonna make it with this anti-air chasing it. Or you would hope it wouldn't. Oh my gosh, wow. Good for you. That's incredible. Pretty good. And then over here, that anti-tank helicopter ain't gonna make it. T-64 is just hiding in the trees, praying for its life, reversing straight into a back shot. That's gonna do some damage. This other tank, though, sees them come out to the trees, and that T-80B is destroyed. Looks like he's doing some hella damage to that logistics truck, and he's really not, though. So this game isn't going too well, obviously. Something. Sending in a. It's pretty cool. I was mainly just like, I want these to die. He literally sends 2 cluster planes just to kill me because I guess he was out of anti-airplanes. And you know, as you can tell, it doesn't look like there's much that can happen at this point in time. You'd have to get insanely lucky. And now he's sending in a kill shot, which is gonna blow up this BRDM. I'm really not sure why Beard didn't kill this. It was obviously, he could see it, we all could see it. You really gotta kill that because it's just giving you sightlines on where your command vehicle is, but it is all good. And now he's sending 2 tow Cobras. There's really nothing I can do to stop it. I mean, I guess I have this Strela. He has these 2 rifles, mech rifles, still hiding in the trees. I send this T-80BV mainly out of a sense of desperation. And I do hear a plane. Oh, let's see what this cluster can do. Why these things fly so slow? survived it. Direct hit. And they're like, that was nothing. You call that a direct hit. So as you can see, now they're at a +7. Here are some tanks coming in. These dudes will not die. Mech rifles are killing the motor Strecky. There's just no sense. There's no chance of surviving this. And this will put Taurus in fear into the next round, which is exciting for them. Not so much Toad and Beer. But as you can see, like they just, you know, they were able to control the, they were able to get past the parallel, you know. And at that point, there was just nothing you could do. There you go. Killed that scout. Now he's trying to be cheeky. And once again, look, oh. Doesn't matter. Because they survive anyways. That's something they gotta fix. There's no risk. You see, look at this sightlines right here. You just can't do that. You're gonna get blown up. I mean, you can try, and we'll see if it works. But the game will probably be over by the time we see what happens. He can't see anything. Maybe if he gets to the streets. I mean, it looks really cool, though. I hate to see it in the back. It's just another tank chilling. But the game shall be ending soon. We do have a bit of an infantry battle right over here. 2 tanks. Doesn't look like it's going very well. Cobra shooting, giving them support. And that'll end it. So not the most exciting second game, but a game nonetheless. As you can see, you know, just Beer and Toad just could not get any sense of a foothold on that round. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to conclude it. Since the second game was relatively short, as well as the first, kind of just combined them into one to make it a 2-parter. But the next one has some very competitive fighting, and it will actually be 2 separate episodes. Then after that, we go to the finale. So we tried to do 2v2 because with new people, it can be kind of daunting to say, hey, you want to join a new person tournament where you do 1v1 and you've barely ever played against some people? Like, some of these people in here I've never even played against, like, actual players. So we decided to do a 2v2 to make it not as intense, which made the tournament shorter, but also, you know, I don't have time to spend an entire Saturday playing a Warno. Unfortunately, I can't. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of the first ever noob-friendly tournament. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later.